Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about unreal tips and tricks to get any job and absolutely nail a job interview. For those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Jalen Marjoram. I make content here on YouTube to help younger students and people, and I offer advice and guidance, and this is all coming from personal experience. I would never speak on anything I do not know anything about. And with that being said, let's move on to the video. Before I get on with the video, I just wanted to say that I have never not gotten a job, and I've used all of these tips and tricks, and I have landed some extremely impressive positions for my age. I'm only 17 years old, but I have interned in an engineering firm doing electrical, and I actually just today got in with a company that will pay for my schooling. So I have used all these tips and tricks to get these really high up positions, and I have nailed them even at only being 17 years old. So with that being said, let's roll right into these tips and tricks. These tricks are going to go way beyond just like firm handshake, eye contact. You should already know those things. So, and if you don't, I'm telling you now, firm handshake, eye contact, but these are going to be like one step above. Okay, number one, be prepared to list at least 3 references. Now, these can be people, first off, if you have a reference, they cannot be related to you. So it cannot be your mom, your sister, your cousin, but who it can be are people that can comment on your character. So what really looks good is managers from previous work experience, co-workers, professors, teachers. It really looks good when you have people above you that are willing to testify in benefit of your character. Be prepared to list a minimum of 3 people for a reference. Number 2, and this kind of ties back to what I was saying before, one thing you can do to really increase your opportunities for a job is bring a letter of recommendation. Now, this can be from, like I said before, a manager or a professor or anyone that is a higher up on you and, education-wise or work. A letter of recommendation really tells another person that they're willing to really recommend you for this position, especially if that person is high up, like a teacher, professor, employer. I would always bring a letter of recommendation. Number 3, hopefully this is pretty obvious, but even if you're going for a job at Walmart, you need to dress professionally. I do not care where you're applying to. I do not care if you're applying to Dollar General. Wear something nice. What you are wearing on the outside says a lot about who you are on the inside. So dress like you want the job and dress and represent yourself accordingly. Okay, number 4, and this is something I personally struggle with a lot, is do not say like or Using these filler words makes you sound kind of uneducated. And this kind of just proves that you don't really know what you're talking about. You're really stuttering on your words. So removing like and from your vocabulary will make you sound much more professional and much more well-spoken, which is really important for any work environment. Next one kind of ties into no like or but be prepared and don't just like bring copies of your resume. I mean, really prepare for questions that your employer could ask you. Some ad random. Some questions you should always be prepared to answer is, tell me a little bit about yourself. Or, what are your strengths and weaknesses? Being prepared for those questions will ensure that you're not stuttering on your words or just that you're prepared in general. So study for questions that your employer could ask you. And you could also Google like common questions an employer could ask me for this field or whatever it is. So be prepared and rehearse questions. Hopefully this is another obvious one, but please bring at least 3 to 5 copies of your resume. And you should print your resume. I actually just recently found this out on a thicker paper than like normal paper. It's supposed to be like a lot more professional. I don't really feel like it matters that much, but even if you submitted an application online or you submitted your resume online through employment services like Indeed, you should always bring a hard copy of your resume. It is professional and it shows that you have took the time to print that out and you had the time to be there, and it makes you look like a really good candidate. Last one is, an interview is the absolute chance to sell yourself. You need to make it sound like you're the best your employer's ever gonna get, and you should be really portraying yourself with confidence and speaking with clarity, so you are confident that you know how to do that job and you're confident you can get in there and start immediately. So having confidence and really selling yourself is really the whole point of a job interview. I hope those were some really good tips and tricks. Like I said, this is everything that I used, and I have landed some pretty impressive jobs for my age. So I really recommend for all of you to try this out and let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this week's video, make sure to like and subscribe below and turn on those post notifications so you get notified when the next video comes out. I post every week, but I will see you all in next week's video. Bye everyone.